Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are in a very good health and studying well, isn't it? So, early to bed and early to rise is today's quote for this class. So, early to bed means, children, don't think that tomorrow morning we are not going for school and we will sleep late and get up late. So, that makes you lazy, and there are other elementary problems which you can overcome. So better don't sleep very late night, sleep early 10:30 and get up morning early around 5:30 5 o'clock and do some playing or jogging, walking, and keep yourself fit and fine. Okay children, so in our last session, last class, we learned about the rural areas, how they are governed, and what are the ways that covers the rural government for this type of governing. So which way we learned? We learned the three-tier system. Okay, which was that three-tier system? One was panchayat, and second was block samiti, and the third was zilla parishad. So the grama means the small village which was part, which was panchayat of that place. Next comes the samitis, including 3 to 4 villages together for the cause of good thing, that is samiti. And the last was Jilla Parishad, wherein 10 to 12 all together they used to solve their problem unitedly. So this is called three-tier system. How much? Three-tier system, wherein we learned what are the functions of these three-tier system, like what functions panchayat do, what functions samiti do, and what functions are performed by Zilla Parishad. So these three things we learned in last chapter. Okay. So it also told us how we get the income for taking out these works. So what we learned? We get the grant from state government, we get the self-help groups, we get the loan from local governing people or NGOs who can support the education or for the sake of the medical elementary problems. So it is being governed by or the local heads, mukhias or sarpants of that local village. Also sometimes during the flood and all, they donate themselves because they cannot wait for the state government to send the fund. Self-help groups, we call them self-help groups, they also come in contact, and even the village panchayat has some amount of money which they have collected from the um, rentals of market rentals, fair rentals, or giving shops on rent or some houses on rent, isn't it? So this is called the three-tier system of our last chapter. So now again this, what you can say, the government rules and regulation, again when we focus, when we see it in the widened way means the scopic, our way of thinking, like villages are taken care by village panchayat or village people or by someone else. So how the people who are staying in urban area, okay, urban means cities, towns, okay, metropolitan cities. Metropolitan means which are the metropolitan cities? Mumbai, okay, Kolkata, Chennai. Okay, these are all metro means they are highly what you can say, there is a factories, they are more there, and the capitalization means the income of that city is more, and their capital also, like Mumbai is a capital city of Maharashtra. So they are called metros. Delhi also, and the crowd over there or the population is in the very high. Okay, because people go to cities or metropolitan cities to work and earn their livelihood. Most of the villager, after learning, or if they don't have a fields to work, they leave their village and they go and settle in the areas wherein they get livelihood. Livelihood means daily. To lead a life, what we need? We need roti, makra, kapda, and makan, means basic things. ಉಣ್ಣೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ತೊಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಲೈವ್ಲಿಹುಡ್, ಡೈಲಿ ಅಮ್ಯುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಟು ಲೀವ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹಶುವಾದರೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ to cover our body, we want clothes, okay, and we want shelter to protect ourselves from the seasons. whether it is a summer, whether it is rainy, whether it is a winter. We need a house wherein we can lead our life safely, isn't it, children? So, like this, we learned the three-tier system, the pros and cons in that lesson, and we learned about the money, how it is being utilized. Okay. So, next moving to the next chapter. Okay, that is second lesson, urban local self-government. Urban local self-government, and the page number is 107, children. Page number is 107 and the lesson name is chapter number 2, urban local and self-government. So open that page and let us read, then we'll understand what it is exactly. Okay, let us start. Page number 107. I repeat myself. So first point, children. In the last chapter, we have studied about the local government institutions in the rural areas, namely the Panchayat, the Block Samiti, and the Jilla Parishad provided under the three-tier system. Now, in this chapter, we shall study the local government institutions in the urban area, that is, the towns, cities, and metropolises. This will include the study of Nagar Panchayat, municipal committees, and the municipal corporations, which are the main institutions in the urban areas. Of course, there are some other also like the notified areas committees, towns area committees, and cantonment boards, and the port trust. Okay, Nagar Panchayat. Nagar Panchayat is the smallest unit of the population. Areas which are in the process of changing from rural to urban centers are known as towns. Generally, a town is a bigger than a village but smaller than a city. The number of Nagar Panchayat are elected by the voters of region. Members must be at least 21 years of age. The main function, it keeps records of births, deaths, it provides civic amenities like safe drinking water and electricity. It also responsible for the construction and maintenance of roads. It also reopens parks, primary schools and dispensaries. Sources of income, grants from the state government, income from taxes like house tax, building tax and sales tax, vehicle tax, etc. Municipal committee, second one. Its organization, how it get organized. The municipal committee or the municipal board is a local self-government of the small town with a population generally between 20,000 to 60,000. The members of a municipal committee, generally 15 to 60, are directly elected by registered voters. The city is divided into wards for the purpose of election. A voter must be a citizen of India at least 18 years of age, a resident of city, and a candidate must have these qualifications plus that he should be 21 years of age. These elected members may elect a president and vice president. He presides over the meetings of the municipal committees and carries out the functions with the help of the executive officer and other officers like secretary, the health officer, the municipal engineers. Reservation of seats. Seats are reserved in a corporation or municipality for the scheduled caste and tribes in the ratio of their population to the total population of the city or town. Not less than one-third of these members must be women from these castes and tribes. Similarly, one-third of the total seats, including those for SC and ST, women are reserved for women. So, these three levels, that is, one is rural to local, towns, cities and metros. So these three levels will work in the urbanization of the government. So we learnt about the villages, we learnt about the towns, cities and metropolitan cities. So according to these three, the basic knowledge, we will learn these two questions. isn't it? For the remembering more. So which are those two questions, children? The first question is write about Nagar Panchayat. Write about Nagar Panchayat. Second question is what is the organization of municipal committees? Isn't it? Write about Nagar Panchayat means what are the duties? Okay, what it deals and what is the population of Nagar Panchayat you have to write in detail, isn't it, children? So we should be perfect in Nagar Panchayat. And the second question is what is the organization of municipal committees? So what municipal committees will do? What they do? What is the organization level there? The age and the person should be of the resident of that place, and one third seat is given to the SC/STs. So these all, and election of 15 to 60 members, and electing the who? President and vice president in their hands. So this all you have to point wise point you have to note down, isn't it, children? So hope you all understood now how the towns, cities and the metropolitans comes under the radar of government, isn't it? The towns are headed by the block development officer. Next comes cities, we have a chairman, and for the metropolitan and the population more than 3 lakhs we have a mayors, isn't it? Cities, we have a mayors who can take care of that particular area. So like this way, the government has a three-tier system for these three local to urbanized places. Okay, I hope you all understood and you all read and get more knowledge, and isn't it? Stay safe, stay healthy at home.